Dow tumbles nearly 900 points. NASDAQ suffers worst day since 2022 as recession fears erupt. Even one of my kids, David, sent me a TikTok of sort of the Chicken Little sky is falling. Trump's going to crash the markets and create a recession. Sort it out for us, David.
Well, I mean, the markets have been overvalued. We've been talking about this for a long time. So you're just using the tariffs as the excuse. The markets are always looking for an excuse to actually get things priced correctly. So we've had a drawdown. We've now hit over 10% and almost 20% on the NASDAQ on the a little bit higher flyer stuff. But this is normal, right? Corrections are normal, and we've gone a while since we've had corrections. And since that article, the 900-point down day, we had a 700 down day. We've had some pretty volatile swings as well. And so we actually sent a video out earlier this week to our clients, just kind of letting them know, hey, look, this is normal. This is what happens. This is how we're protecting you. This is the proactive part of our portfolios. And we just think people need to just calm down. If the white noise out there is spooking you, then you're probably not invested correctly, or you probably don't own the right stuff. And like I said, if you're losing sleep, you definitely don't own the right stuff. And so are you working with somebody who helps you understand how to allocate your assets in an appropriate manner? And the problem we find is with the do-it-yourself crowd is often they will pick the high flyers and then run them and then never let go. And so when they come back to earth, it's a little bit humbling for them, and they get into this mental state of they can't make a decision, and no decision is a decision, and sometimes that costs people significant sums of money. So anyway, just be prepared, have a plan, and that's why we recommend working with a professional.
Well, the Treasury Secretary, Scott Bessent, told CNBC there could be what he called a detox period for the economy. And President Trump himself is quoted in this story, what I have to do is build a strong country. You can't really watch the stock market, which I think is similar to what you just said.
Yeah, and so what they're trying to do is and they've put other comments out there, and I'm paraphrasing, it won't really be our economy for 6 to 12 months. In other words, they're trying to get some excuses out of the way so they can't own the drawdown that's going to happen in the markets. And again, the market could, and we're not saying it will, but it could go twice as far down as we are now. It could easily go another 10 or 15%, and we'd still just be fairly valued by most valuation metrics. So again, we're watching some key levels. Now we had some data come out this week. CPI, Consumer Price Index, came out on Wednesday morning, and that was lower than expected. But it's exactly where I told you it would be here. And we talked about this last month, how it was hotter than expected last month, and this month you'd see that retracement. And we think you're going even lower next month. And that's not what the Wall Street or the talking heads are talking about. And I'm like, I just wonder, do you guys not know how to read data? The formula is on the website, how they calculate it, and yet I have all the same data at my fingertips as they do. So why do these talking heads miss so badly? In fact, you had Steve Leisman on CNBC, one of their normal commentators, called Trump crazy yesterday or Tuesday of this week. It was literally, I might get fired for this. I'm crazy, and yet he completely thought inflation would be at 3.1 to 3.2 this time. So I'm like, he's either a terribly trained economist or he has an agenda. And imagine that, somebody on TV with an agenda. But anyway, the point being, don't let the white noise freak you out. I just talked about it. You've got to have a plan and how to understand how to take advantage of these opportunities, because you can rebalance your portfolio when you get a drawdown, and you can also take advantage by, in other words, if the market gets down 15 or 20%, we will start aggressively accelerating Roth conversions for some clients, things that we do, because we're able to pay even less tax than we would have doing it in the normal course of things. So there is opportunity in every crisis.